guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, night, morning, whatever it may be when you're watching this video. But yeah, so today's video, as you can see by the title, I am going to be filming a how-to on lashes and eyeliner. So how to do your eyeliner and how to put on fake lashes. So this was requested by one of my friends a long time ago, but I did film it, but I just never got to post it because something happened to the footage that it was just not working when I was trying to edit it. So I just decided to delete it and just try and re-record it again. I didn't plan on re-recording it this late, but I'm just happy I am finally getting up if you're seeing this video. But anyway, so yeah, we're just going to dive straight in, but I just want to give a quick little disclaimer. This was going to be like a talk through voiceover video, but I don't know what happened to my mic that it just like turned off by itself because it does have fully charged battery. So most of it is going to be voiceover, but you will still be able to see what I'm doing. So yeah, I still hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in a little bit and hopefully in my next video. Love you guys. Alright everybody, so I have my face makeup on and I have just a little bit of eyeshadow going on just to kind of make this look a little bit more glam, pretty, whatever. You know, I just kind of felt like doing it. But anyway, let's go on and get started. Okay, so before I start showing you what I do, I just want to show you my 4 liners that I absolutely love. And I will usually go back and forth between these 4 liners. So the 2 that I've had the longest are these 2 right here. This one right here is the Stila Stale Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner Micro Tip. And then I just want to give you like a little idea of what it, like the tip looks like, and that is just how like tiny the tip is. And then this one right here is a NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and it's like the one that twists, you know, an oldie but a goodie. And then this is a tip right here, and then same thing, nice and thin. And then these 2 have been my favorite. One of these I recently just discovered, and you hopefully saw it in my last video, me mentioning it. But before I show you guys that one, I want to show you this one. This is the Hibli Liquid Eyeliner, and this is waterproof. And I got this from Mexico City in El Centro, which is what they call it. I don't know if you can get this anywhere else or online, but this is where I get mine. And it's just really nice to work with. Same thing, it's really thin as well, and super black, as you can see. So yeah, and the last one is just the NYX Professional Makeup That's the Point eyeliner, and this one is really fat, but it goes like really thin to the tip, so you can like do like a little bit of pressure and then like just like thicken it out as you go out, like closer to the outer corner of your eye. But yeah, so those are my 4 eyeliners, liquid liners, that have been my favorite so far. Just so you guys know. Now I obviously like to start with my eyeliner first, just so that the lashes don't get in the way. It's way easier for me personally. It also depends on the person. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you in. Okay, so I'm just gonna be using this eyeliner right here that I mentioned before, and like I said, I really enjoy it, so this is just the one that I decided to go into. So for the actual part of the eyeliner portion of how to do it, all I'm basically doing at the very beginning of this process, I guess you could say, is I'm just going in with the liner and I'm just making a really thin line on the inner part of my eye. And you really want to make sure you stay super close. I know it's hard, but as you practice more and more, it gets easier. And something that helps me personally, which I don't recommend because you get wrinkles over time, but is pulling your eye. So I try not to do it. Only if I'm having a hard time I will, and if I remember to not to do it, then I'll stop. But yeah, it's just something that helps me and that I've done and that I've gotten used to, but I don't technically recommend. And then yeah, so all I'm doing is I'm going from thin to thick. Like I do like to get a little bit more thick on the outer corner because you are going to do the wing and it is going to connect, if that makes sense. You'll see it in a little bit. But yeah, so I'm just going kind of like fixing it up, like retouching places that I feel like need to be retouched. This is just all depending on you. And then here you can kind of see where I kind of messed up, like the eyeliner went a little bit further up. So I just like to use this trick that I have, that I actually kind of invented on my own. I've never really seen anybody else do it. but I just like to take the eyeshadow that was on my lid. Usually it will be a shimmery shade, and those cover up a little bit better than matte, but it also, like a matte shade also covers up if you are doing a completely matte eye and some liner. But all I do is I take the shimmer shade that was on my lid with a flat brush like this, and I do like to put Fix Plus on it because it will help like hide it a little bit better, and I just put it on the lid on top of the liner, focusing it more specifically, and there you can see how it is starting to cover it up. So I'm just making sure that it's nice and black and it doesn't look like I put eyeshadow on top of it, even though I did, so I just like to go over it. And then after that, I'm just gonna kind of show you where the wing should go, like the portion of the wing. And here I just took this little like pointer, this brush to help me like point it out. But basically where the tight line and waterline meet is where your wing should go. So right there where I'm pointing at right now is where you should start your wing and start flicking it out, because it's just gonna give you the illusion of more lifted eyes, which is kind of what you wanna go for with a winged liner. So here what I'm doing is I'm just, and then right now I'm just taking the NYX just because it's a little bit more pointy, just to get that point. And all I'm doing is I'm just doing small strokes with very little pressure so that it's not super thick at the outer part of the eye. And there you can kind of see we created that wing. And for me personally, I thought it wasn't sharp enough, so I just like to go in with a Q-tip and just kind of fix it up. Here it was a little harder because I didn't go in with much makeup remover, but then I like to take the dry side or even some of my saliva, to be honest. Don't do this with a client, obviously, but since it's me, I like to do it. And then I just take my finger as well and just kind of erase that black line. And this is just something I do so that my wing can be sharper, just because that's just the way I prefer it, and it really bothers me if it's not. So I just do this until I think it looks good and I'm happy with it, or until I'm tired of doing it over and over again. And now I'm just basically connecting it. As you can see, I just like to connect it. I don't like to make it any thicker. I just like to connect it to the line I already made and then just filling it in, which is obviously for me the easiest part. And right there, I'm just kind of touching it up, just making sure I'm happy with it. And something I do want to say is it does take practice. Like here, I kind of messed it up a little bit more, but you just want to practice with it and not get stressed about it. But yeah, so now that we created that wing, now it is time for lashes. But I'm just going to quickly do the other eye off camera because I'm just going to do the same steps, and I'll be back to show you how I put on my eyelashes. So we did both wings right now, and so basically I just kind of want to explain something really quickly. What winged eyeliner can really help is it kind of gives you that effect of your face being lifted, because it's going to lift your eyes because of the fact that you're flicking the wing up, if that makes sense, because you're like creating that illusion of lifted eyes. Because if you do your wing like a little bit further down than where the tight line and the waterline meet, it is going to give you more of a droopy eye, if that makes sense. If you create it like a little bit more up than where it's supposed to be, it's just not going to look good. But honestly, it all depends on what you want. And yeah, and then here I'm just kind of showing you how it's really important to like rest a finger on your face, because it's going to give you a lot more steadiness, and like your eyeliner isn't like, basically your hand isn't going to move a lot, because it is going to be harder, if that makes sense. So now for lashes, the ones that I'm going to be using are the Lily lashes, and this is what they look like. And I will leave the name of them in the description down below because I forgot them. But this is just kind of like a natural but a little bit more dramatic lash, and honestly I really love them. They look so pretty. But yeah, like the first thing I basically like to do is I just like to make sure I like the look that the lash is giving me if I've never tried them before. This, like, maybe I want a more dramatic lash or a more natural lash, and doing this is going to be easier, and also with my clients. So yeah, I think it's a really nice tip. And here I'm just kind of explaining that you always want to cut your eyelash, but you want to measure it to your eye and then cut off any excess, but you want to cut from the outer portion of your eye. And then the way to kind of take off the eyelash off the case is using your nail, just because that way you're not going to ruin it, and that's just the way I've done it. And for glue, I'm just going to use the Duo glue. and transparent, just because it's always easier, because sometimes I might put a little too much glue or I might blank and the glue gets everywhere, but you won't be able to see it because it is transparent. But yeah, so all I do with the glue is I put like a little stripe on the back of my hand, and this is just going to help me control the amount of glue that I'm putting on the actual eyelash. So I just like to dip it in a couple times, and you do want to make sure you get more glue on the outer corner and inner corner, because those, I feel like for me personally, are always the ones that are not sticking on, because I guess they're just harder to stick on, especially the inner corner for me. So this is just the way I like to do it. And then I just take off any excess if I feel like I have too much on the back of my hand as well. And now I'm just going to show you, I believe 4 pairs of my favorite lashes that are pretty affordable and do last a good amount of time. This is just by Feminine Culture, and this is the $2.59. And I'm just kind of explaining here that there's another part to this box, but I just like to cut it off because it takes up too much space. But anyway, so these lashes are my favorite brand. They sell them at Sally Hansen, and they're just so nice. And the first one I showed you are like dramatic but like natural at the same time, you know what I mean? And then these are the Feminine Culture. But yeah, so this is the next pair of lashes, and this is 706. And they're both natural, but one of like the last one I showed you is just, it gives like a little bit more of a little oomph, you know what I mean? And this is a $2.96, and obviously these are a little bit more dramatic. But yeah, so those are kind of like my favorite styles that I just wanted to share with you guys. So basically what I like to do is I like to go from like the top of my head, if that makes sense, and just go directly in, because that way I can get as close to my lash line and kind of make it like more lifted. And you want to make sure the glue is tacky, because that way it's going to be a lot easier, because if not, you're going to have the eyelash falling off your eye. Like there you can kind of see how it's really nice and stuck on. And here all I'm doing is I'm just using my tweezers to get the outer corner and inner corner to stick. So I do recommend for you to stick the eyelash first in the center and then go into outer corner and inner corner. For me personally, I feel like it's easier, and you can just use the tweezers to kind of help you. As you can see, you might be able to see or not, but the inner corner of my eyelash is not really glued on. So I just like to take a little bit of glue on my tweezer and apply it there to make sure it stays on, because when it's not on that inner corner part, well, at least I can tell, and it looks a little bit weird. And then I just go back in with the tweezer, hold it there for a little bit so that it dries and sticks on. And yeah, and also what I would like to do if it's like literally not sticking on is I like to clamp or press together my fake lash with my real lash on the inner corner, and that way it will stay on. But you do want to be careful when you remove the lash, because it can maybe like it's possible for it to like yank out some of the natural lashes, because you do like glue them together. But just put some makeup remover on top and you're good to go before you actually rip it off. But yeah, so that's kind of how I apply my lashes, and I hope you guys enjoyed that portion. But I'm just going to apply the same way, obviously, on my other eye, and I'll be right back to show you how they look. Now that we have that done, I'm just going to go ahead and curl my lashes. So I'm just taking this MAC curler that I bought, and I just get them all in there, look down, and just curl. Now, yeah, I want to show you the difference it makes. Okay. Do you freaking see that? Like, your eye looks way, way bigger. And it just, like, presses all of the lashes together, the fake and the real ones. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so sorry about the whole voiceover situation. I might just turned off, and I don't know why. But yeah, I still hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be posting twice a week. I was gonna post today, which I'm filming this today, on Monday, but I needed to fully purchase Final Cut Pro, and I didn't fully purchase it. I just did the trial, and when I tried to fully purchase it, my credit card, or my parents' credit card, wouldn't go through, and I don't know why, so I have to go see what's going on with that at Apple. But yeah, so I will be posting twice a week. I'm still trying to figure out what days, but yeah, I love you guys so, so much. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I think that's all I have to say. I love you guys so, so much. I hope this video helped you in some way. And like I said, even though you couldn't hear it. If you have any questions or anything, just leave them in the comments down below and I will definitely answer it for you guys, something that like wasn't clear or whatever it may be. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me. You have no idea. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video, hopefully. Bye. Mwah. I